How did K-Lock start? What is K-Lock?
I will let her tell you that.
I started my company because I was kidnapped from my school by misidentification. So, because there was two Kennedys, I'm the Kennedy that ends with an I. The other Kennedy ended with a Y. And they didn't check anything, and they picked me instead. So, the lady brought me to a brick building. I didn't know where I was because I thought I was going home. But she sat me in a room with some toys and a TV and gave me some crackers and water and just told me to stay there for a little bit. And a few hours later, she told me that she had the wrong kid. So we went back to the school and I saw my dad's Hummer. Orange Hummer, because no other car is orange, so I knew that was him. And after that incident, I started making my baby dolls because in stores we don't see black baby dolls that look like us. So that's why I made my own. And my kid vitamins, they help with immunity. They have vitamin A, B, C, D, everything, and it helps with immunity.
Oh, so you got kidnapped from school. I'm gonna come back to you on that. How did you feel when you got the message that your daughter wasn't at school like she was supposed to be, or did you tell her before you found her, or?
My husband went to pick her up from daycare and she wasn't there because the daycare usually picks her up from school. And so when he got there, she wasn't there. And the school and the daycare were going back and forth. They figured this out before he got there, but they were trying to get her back and, do all of that before we could find out. And so my husband's racing up and down the street, and it was bad.
Wow. How did you feel?
Man, I was livid. Again,
You guys are using great words.
Kennedy.
'Cause I know that's to put it short, kindly.
Kennedy was very acclimated with the school system. She knew which bus to get on and everything, so I said, no, something's not right. And I remember the principal just kept giving me the runaround, going back and forth about where Kennedy was. Long story short, as Kennedy said, a defects worker came in. They were actually looking to do an extraction from the home. So the other little girl, Kennedy, they were actually going to remove her without the parents knowing, and they were placing her with another family member out of the state, from my understanding. So again, Kennedy is Kennedy with an I. They were looking for Kennedy with the Y. They had the same birthdays, nearly. Same age, but they didn't go into greater detail to find out the differences there.
And they didn't even have a picture when they came?
Nope.
No, like...
And the social worker that was supposed to be there, she had her friend fill in for her, like, hey, go pick this little girl up for me. So if the original social worker had came, she would have known that this wasn't the right girl because she had been seeing her.
During this time, did you feel something was not right?
After I got in the car and we went to the brick building, yes. And we went in the other direction of the house.
How old were you at that time?
7.
Okay, you knew this wasn't the right way. Wow. And that's how you came up with the locket that you have. Is that a locket that you have on now?
No.
Oh, okay. To help, tell us about the locket. What does it do?
The locket, it has everyone, you put your personal information in there. So it has the child's name, their school, and a phone number. And so if a child gets lost, they can go up to an adult and say, here's my information. Can you call my mom, or can you help me out by calling this number? And her name is Kennedy, so that's why it was K and then the lock for locket.
Oh, okay, good. You ever thought about putting a microchip inside of it? Like what a...
We have looked into that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Throwing that out there. I ain't trying to steal it.
I know.
So, maybe, I don't know, maybe something with if they're not in a certain place long enough that it sends out even a silent signal. 'Cause maybe sometimes going up to an adult might not be the best thing to do.
Right.
So, I know I got things I want to ask you, but I kind of want to talk to you
Gotcha.
more.